The debt pyramid, when interest outruns empire. 1. Debt arithmetic. The United States now carries $37.5 trillion in debt, over $100,000 for every citizen, infants included. More remarkable than the headline number is the structure. Interest payments now exceed the entire U.S. military budget. The nation borrows not merely for new spending, but to service its past borrowing. Economists have a phrase for this. Ordinary citizens would call it a Ponzi scheme. Footnote. Interest payments overtaking defense spending shows the unsustainable trajectory of public finance. 2. Fiscal illusions. Annual federal tax revenue hovers near $4 trillion, while expenditures exceed $6 trillion. The resulting $2 trillion shortfall is covered by more borrowing. Cutting major programs is politically suicidal, eliminating defense is fantasy, having Social Security unthinkable. That leaves one solution: printing money. Politely called inflating the debt away, it is in practice a stealth tax. Dollars lose value, savers are expropriated, and fixed incomes erode invisibly. Footnote. Inflation operates as a hidden tax, transferring resources from wage earners and savers to debtors. 3. Winners and losers. Hyperinflation's previews appear in everyday life. A loaf of bread in Weimar Germany multiplied in price by the billionfold. Today, a fine meal triples in cost in less than a decade. Who benefits? The asset-rich, those holding stocks, real estate, and hard assets, gain 25% annually when markets boom. Who suffers? Wage earners, whose paychecks rise 3 to 5%. Each year widens the gap until ownership and poverty become hereditary. Footnote. Inflation rewards asset owners while impoverishing wage earners, compounding inequality across generations. 4. Institutional behavior. Smart money has already voted. Hedge funds, sovereign wealth funds, and billionaires are hoarding cash, buying bonds, and hedging with gold and Bitcoin. They are not driven by ideology but by arithmetic. They know the rulebook: sell during euphoria, buy during panic. Retail investors, paralyzed by fear or FOMO, do the opposite. Thus the perennial transfer of wealth, from those without exit strategies to those with them. Footnote. Institutions apply mechanical rules to sell early and re-enter later, avoiding the emotional traps of retail investors. 5. Two paths. Faced with this dynamic, society has two choices. One is redistribution by coercion, the path of North Korea, whose nighttime satellite image is a void. The other is individual adaptation, acquiring assets and mastering money management. The latter is a skill, not a birthright. Like swimming or driving, it is learned through rules and coaching. Mastery makes crises survivable. Ignorance makes them ruinous. Footnote. Wealth gaps may fuel resentment, but financial literacy offers a practical alternative to futile redistributive experiments. 6. The peril of timing. Most small investors fail not because they cannot pick assets but because they cannot exit them. They sell too early, surrendering gains, or they never sell, watching profits vanish. Institutions escape this trap with rules, not emotions. Learning those rules, when to exit, how to preserve capital, is more valuable than chasing the next growth fad. Footnote. Disciplined exit strategies often determine financial survival more than initial asset selection. 7. Final observation. Inflation, debt, and monetary erosion are not conspiracies but arithmetic certainties. For governments, printing is inevitable. For citizens, adaptation is optional. The lesson of history, from Rome's debased denarius to modern hyperinflations, is that currencies die, but assets endure. The choice is not whether crises will come, but whether one is prepared. Footnote. History confirms that debt crises repeat, but preparedness separates the ruined from the resilient.